I'm going to be playing this one's just a single game of the blue-white Tron list that I've been messing around with. Um, but I saw that he's playing a very aggressive deck, and so I wanted to record it so you can see how it does against aggressive decks. Um, this is not the optimal hand. I'd really prefer some spot removal in this situation, but we'll make it work. This is the downside to Nimbus Maze, is it comes into play, uh, basically if you don't have a plains or an island, it's just a colorless land. I might be changing that out for another land. I'm not 100% sure yet. So as you can see, um, his deck's whittling away at us pretty quickly. Uh, Luckily at this point I'm okay because I have remands and I have a signet and I have some mana. Um, and I mean he's only hitting me for 2 a turn, it could be a lot worse. Okay, so worst case scenario at the end of his turn I'll path to exile the Cackler. Okay, the reason I'm doing it, even if I wanted to save the blue, in case he tries to cast something here, so I can remand it. That map is super sweet right here. What that's going to allow me to do is go ahead and search up a mine, get my Urzatron online, and still have counter magic. That's the thing against, other decks is basically as soon as you get to like 7-ish mana, um, it's just really hard for them to deal with you. A lot of times just one creature will win me the game because my creatures are so much bigger than most of the cards in Modern. Um, and so that's what we're hoping for with Wormcoil Engine. If he's going to kill it, he's going to have to really work for it. I'm going to make him cast it again. Okay. Sack my Wormcoil. When it dies, it triggers the ability, so I get 1/3/3 and 1/3/3. One has lifelink, one has death touch. I'm going to go ahead and sack the one with death touch here. Sure. Um, that gives him mana excel, which I'm not wild about, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. Okay, what I'm going to do here, again, notice I have blue and white mana. I tapped it this way for a reason. I'm going to go ahead and give Given. And I really need some colored land. So I'm going to get an Arid Mesa. I'm going to get a Seachrome Coast. I'm going to get a Azuria's Signet. And I'm going to get a Tower. This way, any way he slices it, I'm getting colored mana. And possibly a lot more mana. So I could build up for the Emrakul. So now I'm getting 2 colored mana sources. Yeah, that works out great. I'm going to go ahead and Path to Exile, his Desecration Demon. Just because we don't want that interfering with my plan of attacking here. Another note, if you're playing against Tron, we really like getting these signets. They really help the deck out tremendously. So you probably don't want to give me signets. The other thing is the lifelink is pretty big in this matchup. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go and let him kill it. He's only got one card in hand, and I have a Remand and 3 Wrath effects. I think I'm in pretty good shape. Even though that Kieran could be really dangerous for me. Just because it's a 3-1, and it's basically I have to get either a repeal or a path to deal with that, or another creature. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, that's almost worth countering, but you really hate to waste a counter on that. Go ahead and get a Hallowed Found, which activates my Nimbus Maze. And this just shows you how powerful a lot of these creatures are. You know, just ripping 2 creatures out of my deck, and you know, he's had to use what, 3 removal spells so far, and everything gets siphoned back into my deck. So it's like I never played anything. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1 mana shy, so we'll go ahead and pass the turn. I just want the card here. I really need to get to one more Lana. And that's the answer right there. This deck is so good about finding, like, you have a problem and it finds you the solution. I really, really like that about this deck. Um, what I'm going to do is grab one of each Urza land, and I'm going to go ahead and grab, I really don't want a Signet or a Seachrome Coast. I'm going to go ahead and grab an island. No, any way he picks this, I'm casting Emrakul on my turn. Anyway, that's what makes gifts so good, is it's really unfair. Anthemacer really isn't that good in main deck. It's a lot better in the board than it is in the main deck. So he gave me an Urza land and an island, which is fine. And as you can see, even though he's able to deal with some of my threats, I just have too many huge threats for most players to deal with. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful day, guys.